So Narayana actually began in Nellore, and then the process continued with expanding different states, and now we are focusing on Bombay and other regions other than AP and TS. So initially we wanted more focus on AP and TS because there are a number of students, if you take the rural backgrounds also, there are a number of students who wanted to become IITians, who can become IITians, but because of the financial crisis, they are lagging back. But we make sure with the merit, with the base of merit concessions and different type of policies, that we bring the students, we make them study, and then finally they get the results. If you take our last year mains topper also, mains or IIT Abhyas, he was from Hyderabad. His father was a samosa seller. So basically they were from a rural background with no education. But his dream, his father's dream was to cherish him and make him an IITian or mains. And finally he joined in India, he fulfilled his dream. And finally now he's in one of the best institutions. Firstly, we at Narayana Group focus on each and every individual. There's an adoption system. So as soon as the child enters Narayana, so we adopt certain staff and certain teachers to the student, so that there is a established relation between the student and the teacher. So you get in more connect. And we follow CDF, that is concept, definition and formula. So as soon as the child enters Narayana, he'll be given a booklet to strengthen his basics basically. So it will have, every week there will be an examination. So throughout the weeks, the student will enhance his core concepts. So that is the main reason for the success mantra of Narayana. So throughout the weeks, as soon as for each and every exam, once the student writes the exam, there will be, in case there are any mistakes, the teacher interacts with the students and the teacher corrects the mistakes, and there will be a re-exam on the mistakes also. So the mistakes are taken away. So in that way, mistakes are eliminated, and that's why the success rate, if you take intermediate exams or IIT or mains, we have such good success rate. So basically the basics are the main foundation. This has been my second year, and first thing initially in terms of intermediate, if you take intermediate, we have scored an extraordinary percentage, highest percentage in terms of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, that is 97%, and we have contributed. Our main success mantra over there is also CDF, concept, definition, formula, because once your basics are strong, so no matter what, the student can attempt any examination. So the students who are very weak in intermediate, we made sure we have a special program for them, which is called Target 100 or Smart 100. So basically Target 100 focused on very weak students who were not able to pass intermediate also. So we have one-to-one approach. We have a specialized schedule for them, and there's a one-to-one interaction. Every day we have this CDF, concept, definition, formula exam, in which a number of teachers go into one session and they ask the students a number of questions from top to bottom, bottom to top, in between, so that the student gets habituated, his mindset gets habituated to a number of questions, and that's how he gets thorough with the concepts. And if you take in terms of IIT or mains, we have also scored extraordinary results. In that way, we have one-to-one approach. We allot a teacher, a faculty, a top grade faculty to a top student, and we make sure that the student, in case he has a number of doubts, the doubts get clarified in that particular session. So the student has his time. It's not like any other sessions. In this particular section where the top students are there, where we're focusing more on IIT or mains, the student can ask doubt. He has a lot of preparation time management preparation time, where the student focuses on his weakness. So once his weaknesses are strengthened, that is how the student excels in any examination. So I have made these changes, and I have also started engineering colleges. And before my arrival into the engineering colleges, the system was very vague. And after that, I wanted to streamline in a one-to-one approach. and recently that's what I did. It's been like 3 months since I started engineering also, but I've been conducting regular meetings, and we have the highest number of placements also this year for engineering college. In academics wise, we have got a lot of changes over the years, and every year we keep upgrading ourselves. But in terms of academic concentration, our system never changes. So our main focus is academics, and our founder, Mr. Narayana Group, he's now into politics and stuff, but his concentration has never changed because this is the main foundation for us. So every year we keep upgrading, we keep bringing the changes in the education sector. For example, if you have taken the IIT paper last 2 years back, it was very hard. So there was a lot of negative marking involved, and it was the standard of 2011-2012 IIT paper. And most of the ranks went to North India on that particular year, I think last 2 years back, that particular year. So after the exam was over, we made sure that for this year, the students are prepared thoroughly for the examination. So we made sure from the starting of the academic year, we give a lot of negative marking, different pattern of questions, because the IIT paper is not known to anyone. It keeps changing every year. The standard of the questions may be on a higher side, on a lower side, lot of negative marking and lot of different criteria is taken. So we make sure that the student goes through a number of questions, number of patterns, number of questions, high question standard paper, low question standard paper. So the student mindset is fixed to overall, and that's how the student performs. We have a good team of teachers and staff. We have top rated staff. We make sure that they produce the best of the best question papers. And last year, as I said, we have established these facilities. We have a proper football ground, we have a proper throw ball, we have each and every facilities that are required by an international standard school. We have all that. And if you take our Kollur campus, as I said, or Vijayawada, N120, Raviriyala, any other campuses, good campuses, we have started that, and I'm sure during the next 2 years, we'll make sure that each and every campus of ours has the best of the best facilities. Audio visual media also we started last year. We started this webcam, teleconference, webcam direct conference, video conference. We have a lot of video conferences systems with the best technology, best of best technology established this year, where no matter where the student is sitting or no matter where the top teacher is, he will definitely interact with the student. So that is the main that is one of the advantage we have brought this year. So we've established video conferences, and every week we make sure that the top students anywhere, sitting anywhere, interacts with the best faculty so that he can clear his doubts. I actually I was always interested into doing something for the orphans, like donating books. Every year I donate books, I donate food. So this last year I wanted to do something special. So I went to the orphanage, and my dream was to establish a blind school. Yeah, a school who takes care of the blind people. Because if you take the blind people, they have a lot of scope for education. They want to study. So, but they cannot. Few people cannot afford, few people can afford. So I wanted to create an environment so that it focused on blind school development. So I'm sure in the later years, 3-4 years down the lane, I will establish one for sure, but it'll take a little time. Our main focus, we have tuned our brains. Like right from my childhood, my father has tuned our brains to adapt to that education, to adapt to that focus. You need to have a focus. In order to succeed in your life, you need to have an ambition and you need to have a focus. So right from our childhood, even during our childhood years, like for example, when I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, my father, during the holidays also, so he used to make sure that we complete the previous year books. Okay. Yeah, so if I was in 7th grade, he used to make sure that I complete the 6th class books and 7th class, little portion of 7th class also, so that my basics are strong before I go into the schooling. So he made sure that we have a proper mindset and that is the mantra. Because right from my childhood, I have planned to be a doctor, but finally my dad convinced me when I was in 8th grade, and then finally I'm in this field. But if I was not in this field, I would surely become a doctor. I was more interested in pediatrician. I love children, so I'm more interested in that field. So if not this, I would have definitely become a doctor. The main advice is, if you have to come to Narayana, you need to work your best. And in case a child is moderate also, we make sure that the child excels in whatever he or she does. So main quality is concentration, and the concentration is time management and the dedication. Unless and until you have the dedication, you will not success in your career or your education. Especially if you take 11th and 12th, from November till January, that is a peak moment for us, because from Feb your board examinations will start, your mains, your IIT, your NEET, various examinations. So you need to prepare your mindset thoroughly before entering Narayana education system. It's not that we do not focus on the weak students also. For example, if you have taken the year 2012, especially Narayana Group, he did an experiment in Vizag. So he was in Hyderabad. He doesn't have a lot of time, but he wanted to make sure that the students, the bottom students also pass in intermediate. Right. So he adopted the bottom 7 students, and he made sure that each and every day there was a video conference, direct interaction with him. And finally, after 20 days, once the student has written the intermediate examination, he had got the utmost results, and it was a good success rate. So he does a lot of experimenting every year. He keeps experimenting, and that's the main success mantra.